This is the Love 41 Sidecar. This, if you remember, came to me when I got the mystery box. This was kind of the coup de grace of what was in the mystery box for me. This is a prototype that I think is going to get released at some point later in this year. So I wanted just to show you, now that I've had a chance to use it and love it and enjoy it, my comments and my thoughts on this bag. I have just, gosh, a crazy hot mess of things right here that I wanted to show you. That I think is the absolute best use of this bag. I use it for work a lot. It goes because it has a relatively narrow profile. It can fit in a lot of my totes. And then if I have meetings or whatever and I don't want to carry a more cutesy sort of clutch, I'll bring this into the meeting because it has a more professional look to it, but it's obviously a fun casual bag too. Anyways, it has a single very deep open pocket on the outside. On the back side there's no pockets. It's just a flat flush back. This pocket is very generous. It can hold, this is a Samsung Galaxy S7. It can fit horizontally. It can fit vertically. It does stick out a little bit on the top. This phone has a fatter case than my phone does. And if I have my phone with just the factory case on it, it can slide all the way in there and it doesn't stick out the top. It can hold two phones this way, not so much horizontally, but it's kind of nice. I'm going to demo it as a travel bag. So if you're, you know, your mom and you're responsible for carrying the phones, it's kind of nice to have that option. So that's what I'm going to slide in here for the demo. Here's the interior. The bag, if you'll notice, the zipper stops about an inch from the bottom, so it doesn't allow you to open it up all the way. So we're going to have to work together to see what's in here. Let me just show it to you empty. It's got, both sides have a single big pocket running along the back. It's got a narrow zipper opening here, and then 3 slots. The 2 on either side are good for something of credit card width. The one in the center is a little bit wider. They do not cover the credit card completely, and I'll show you that in a little bit. On the other side, also, here's the open pocket in the back, and then it has a single large open pocket, and it's got 3 pen holders right here. So let me show you why I call this kind of the ultimate travel bag and carry on. If you have kids that need to be entertained, and actually even if it's adults, it works really nice. So here's the larger of my 2 tablets. This is the Verizon LG. This fits, and I even have this thing on the back. If you guys aren't familiar with it, I'll put a link to it, but it just really facilitates holding this if you're going to watch a movie, or if you have little ones, it's really easy. So, and that smashes down, goes like that, and then it narrows down. This, even with that addition in the back, fits really nicely in the back open pocket. And I actually hadn't thought of this, so let me just try it to see if one of my smaller ones, it can also fit. Here's my smaller one. It can also fit in the back pocket if you need easier access to that as well. But let's continue with the demo. So I slid that back in here. Here's the biggest open pocket besides the back ones. And here's what can fit in there. So I have, this is, I'm not even sure where I got this, but this is an old, very loved leather passport holder. And that fits in there like that. It fits in there vertically, but it does stick out. And it does not fit in there horizontally. It's just a little too snug. But if you want to be the keeper of the passports, and you're feeling responsible, if you're willing to hold a passport like this without a keeper, you can stack them and it fits really nicely. Here it is in there. It does not stick out the top. It can fit probably 2 or 3. And you can also do this, and it sticks out just a little bit out the top if you wanted to do them vertically. So that's that. Let me shove it in a case, because if you're like me, and you have a lot of leather, you probably have leather cases on everything. Some of it warranted, some of it just because we like having it. So let's do this. When it's in this case, and this is a relatively small case, and let me show you, this is, gosh, this is probably the first piece of leather we ever got from their sister company. This is pretty old, this one. This is a saddleback passport case, and just for size comparison, it's just a little bit bigger all around than this other one that I've got, and it's fatter. This one also has some other things in there, I think visas and immunization kind of things. This one, it can go in. It's taxing a little bit. It's a little bit big, but I think over time it would stretch. I don't know that I want that one to stretch though. I kind of want it to be a snug little pocket. And then on this side, they've got 3 pen holders. This is a pretty narrow pen from when I was in San Francisco. I took this from Omni. Anyway, so it's a narrow little pen and it fits just fine in the pen holder, maybe a little bit snug. So I don't know that your standard issue bit could go in there. Maybe over time it'll stretch, and you could. But let's swing around to the other side. You've got the same open pocket here. I'm going to take my other tablet because if you're flying, we need a tablet for the adults to watch a movie and a tablet for the kiddo. So we have 2. And I put that one back in there. That fits quite easily. I probably have another 4 inches. Maybe not. Yeah, I have about a 4-inch gap, so I could put something else in there if I so choose. And let me just bring that in close. It's got, in addition to the zipper in front, it's got 3 open pockets down below. The 2 on either side are just enough for this. So I think if you're traveling and you don't want to have your giant standard wallet, this really works. Check it out. You can put your credit cards and your IDs right here. So when you're getting through that TSA check line that seems to get longer and longer every time I fly, you've got your stuff that you need. You've got your driver's license, your passport, and your boarding passes. You know what's so funny? We hardly ever have planes overhead whenever I go to shoot these videos. I gotta say about half the time there's the world's noisiest plane overhead. But anyways, bear with me. In this slightly bigger pocket here in the center that's open, it's an unusual size. And so what I have here is a fairly simple wallet. This is a saddleback credit card wallet or business card wallet. This is an older one, so they still had that dog logo. There it is. It's a dog wearing a sombrero. Kind of cute. And I did this because it's kind of tiny. And this one, see how much it sticks out there? So I'm not really sure what the intended use of that pocket would be. I can't get this in there horizontally, only vertically. And really that's kind of the only place that I could tuck a simple wallet. So because I have used the bigger pockets for tablets. Here is this zipper pocket, and let me just show you so you can get an idea of how big it is. That little simple wallet sticks out. I can't zip it. I can put something like this. This is Sugar Honey. It's a chapstick. Anyways, you put it in there. This is kind of a bigger one, and it doesn't go in that great. I can still zip it, but it doesn't go in that great. So the zipper pocket is a little bit shallow for me and not quite wide enough. But let's just keep going. I'll put that in there. No, I'll put this in the open in the middle. I'll put this in here. I'll take the phone and I'll put it in the open back pocket. Keys. So I don't know about you guys, but my keys seem to get bigger all the time. I should probably take some of this stuff off that I don't use. I have mace. I have a thing for the gym, a thing for the gym, frequent flyer punch cards that I hardly ever use, a thing for Hertz because I used to rent cars that often, and then a giant car key thing. This can't really go in there. I mean, I guess it fits, but it's a little bit too close to the top for comfort for me. I feel like it could fall out. So when I use this, I just throw my keys loose in the bottom. You do have about an inch or 2 inches in the interior of the bag where you could just loosely throw things. And this, just so we're all loaded up, I'll put it in here and show it to you. It's got, this is a really nice feature that I think she did. It's got a zipper on both sides, and when you're traveling, it's just so nice that you have a zipper on both sides, because that way it's easy to just open it a little bit and get something out. You're not fumbling. And so I think that's a really nice touch. She's taken a second to add those zipper pulls. Also a really nice touch. This I wish she did all the time, and I left this for last because if you notice the D-rings for the bag, there's 1 and 1 here on each side. They're not on the side, so it would have been hard for me to demo because this would have been in the way. And let me just one more time, because I don't know if I did show that to you before I put the straps on, show you the interior of the bag, pretty much stuffed to the gills. There it is. Okay, so let's zip this back up and get back to the strap. Here's what she did that I absolutely love, love, love on the strap? There's a few things. The first is she has a continuous loop. So there isn't a tail, and there's not a belt-like style hole where you're trying to find the exact hole that works out for however tall you are. It's a continuous loop, so you could stop here, 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 whatever the perfect height is. You've got a whole lot more choice than when you have the belt style handle. The other thing, I'm not sure what purpose this serves, by the way, because since there is no belt style handle, there's no tail to speak of to keep it down. But anyways, that's there. She has the slightly heavier, not even slightly, these are very heavy duty. I'm not used to seeing this on Love 41 or Saddleback. This is really nice, especially if this is going to be a travel bag. There is no way that this is opening without you forcing it open. So there's no chance that you're traveling with this thing and it can open. I would actually love to see this on more of their products. It's really nice. So let me just do that. But that's what I like most about the straps. It's the heavy duty clasp and it's the endless loop. And the last thing that I like to carry my bags oddly shorter than the rest of the planet. So most of the time I get a bag and I always think, oh, I wish I could punch another hole in it or make it even shorter. Not just because I am short, but just that's how I like to carry my bags, is a little bit higher. Look at how short this strap gets when you put it on the absolute shortest setting, which is what it is. And let me just do this. I'm 5'2", so this is really short. And so I think it's really nice that she has a strap that has the ability to go this short. I know some of the other people always talk about that they're too long. So she did that really well. I'm also just going to expand it. So for those of you, which is pretty much everybody that aren't my height, you can see or imagine what it might look like on you on a longer setting. So let's just do that really quick and bear with me here. This bag, I don't change the length on it, so it takes a little bit longer to work with. But I think that's nice because it means when you put it in a setting, it's not going to slide around on you. So trade-offs. What have I done here? I'm not sure. Give me 1 second. Aha. Okay, let's do it like this. I think this is actually the longest setting that you can get it on. And what was holding me up was this. You can't go any further than there. So here it is on the longest setting. I think it's a pretty decent drop, and I think it would fit a lot of heights. You could do this with it as well, wear it crossbody. So I think she nailed it, absolutely nailed it. Let me just try one more time, because I want to make sure that I'm not telling you the wrong thing, that really is the longest that you could get it on. These are the times when I wish I knew how to fancy edit these videos so you guys wouldn't have to sit through this. No, that was true. So what I told you was the truth. But anyways, that was the longest setting. Let me take this off. We are going to talk about what I want to see in version 2.0. And hopefully this is a chance to actually implement it, because this bag is not yet out. I don't believe it's in production, so there's a chance. So let's talk about it. So you can see that it's got a zipper, and it's very full right now. So you can see the zipper is coming out past the top of the bag, right? The bag has this really nice border, and when it's full, the zipper comes out across the top, peeks out on the sides. This is an otherwise elegant bag to me. This is more sophisticated than some of their other things, which are more casual. But I think seeing the zipper like this really sort of takes away from the bag. You're probably wondering why I have this. This also came to me. I feel like this is sort of turning into a mystery box kind of day. But this one also sort of came to me in the mystery box, and it's obviously a really beautiful leather heart. I know some people weren't crazy about it, but I oddly love this. I just love, not just for Valentine's Day, but I just love the style of it. Anyways, I don't want to get distracted. But I brought this out for a reason, so check it out. It's also got a zipper opening, and it's also got a border, right? This one obviously has a border because you wouldn't have a zipper that could mirror the shape of the heart. But because they give a harder border, this border here is soft, and because the border sticks up, gosh, that's got to be a full probably inch past the zipper. Even if I stuff this to the gills, you're never going to see the zipper. And that's what I'd like to see here. I'd like to see this border be stiff, similar to the leather here, and I'd love to see this border come up. Right now it's about ½ inch. I'd love to see it be 1 inch tall, because it would just hide the zipper and keep this bag looking really sharp and elegant even when you stuff it to the gills, because right now the zipper is right there. So that's modification 1. Modification 2, let's go into the bag. You can probably guess if you watch my videos what I'm going to say here. Just to refresh, in the zipper pocket, the only zippered pocket on the interior, the only pocket with a closure, I have in here kind of a fatter chapstick. And when you're traveling, there's things you want to lock away, right? You can't per se lock away the passport because it's so large, and that I understand. But you might have your emergency cash in a wallet along with your medical cards, and you might want that in the zippered section. You can't get it in the zippered section. I would ask that that zipper pocket be bigger. So right now you can see the zipper pocket is just in the center. Have it go left to right the full distance, and have it go, it goes part way and tucks behind the pocket. Have it go even deeper so that you could fit something like this, where you could have your cash not just zippered once on the interior, but zippered again on the exterior, and have it really tucked away, because right now the only zippered pocket's kind of small. Let's swing around to modification 3. So you've got, besides the back pockets that hold the tablets, you've got the biggest opening right here, and you have 3 pen loops. Almost never do I carry a pen. Probably when I'm traveling I'll make an extra effort to carry one, but I don't need 3 pen loops. So here's what I would do. I would take this pocket here, keep it, it's fine, fits the passport well. I might make it a tiny bit bigger, and I take this one, get rid of the 3 pen loops, and put a pocket that's about the size of the phone. So if you are traveling and want that extra security, you could move your phone from the exterior bag to the interior and save that exterior pocket for your boarding passes. And I put that right here. I think the pen's not a bad idea, but I think there's room to put a pen loop between those 2 pockets. But other than that, that is it. I am loving this bag. It's really unique. I don't think I've seen one like it. Remember, she did an organizer bag a while ago, and I think this is kind of along those same lines. It's got nice organization on the interior. But if she could make those upgrades, I think it would make the pockets on the interior even more functional. And if I didn't see the zipper, I think it would just take the bag up that much more and make it more sophisticated. This is the Love 41 Sidecar. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, in the interest of full disclosure, I was totally wrong on the length of that bag. Dang it. And my husband corrected me also, darn it. That this thing could have gone much longer than I showed you. I don't know how that video is 18 minutes, but I am not reshooting it. So let me just do this. This is the actual drop, the bag at its absolute longest length. Let me just show you what that looks like on. It's really long. This is it. If you wore it crossbody, I'm 5'2". So I think she knocked it out of the park with this handle, because it can get so short and it can get so long, and it's got the continuous loop with the super sturdy clasp. A+ on that handle, Suzette. Sorry I didn't get it right the first time. You gotta feed it through, and don't be impatient. But other than that, that's it. Thanks, bye.